What up, YouTube? This is Daniel Rucker with True Table. Welcome to the table. Today, another video for you curious minds who are out there. We're gonna talk about female logic. So, gentlemen, strap in. I'm gonna get started. What I did is I took a little snippet from TikTok. I think this is gonna help illustrate my point on what I mean. Cause see, what I'm noticing again is that a lot of guys do not have the skill set, and yes, I mean skill set, to be able to exist in the realm of interacting with women, and then have the necessary tools, the abilities, and I want to definitely assist in helping that because I believe I'm pretty good at it. I think I'm fairly decent. A lot of guys hit me up and ask me all the time, so if a woman says this, how do you respond? If a woman does this, how do you handle it? And there's no, complete, absolute, gentlemen, but there are things that you always have to already understand that's gonna come with the BS that comes with dealing with women. So without further ado, I'm gonna let you watch the clip and then we're gonna get into it. So without further ado.
Whether that gets on my nerves. I'm gonna lay here so he can see that I'm mad and ask what's wrong. Wait, he can't see my face. Sit up. So when he walk in, he gonna see that I'm mad and ask what's wrong. And we gonna see if he's really concerned about what's wrong with me.
What I do now? What's wrong?
Alright, stick to the plan and say that nothing's wrong. Nothing.
What's wrong?
Test him, see if he's serious.
Nothing's wrong.
Bam, now he knows that something's wrong. All you got to do is sit back and wait and see if he truly is concerned about getting to the bottom about what's wrong with you.
Alright, I'll leave her alone then. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Now I'm gonna tell you why I used that particular video. I think it illustrated the point. See, the difference between men and women, there's a lot, but one of the differences is that women like to create opportunities to have you investigate their mind, their emotions, their mind and their emotions, and all the many things that go on with them. And the problem is that they're not often taught that we as men are not individuals that are going to go deep diving for things that you are capable of conveying to us. We're not going to beat you over the head for information. If you tell us that you're okay, we're going to safely assume that you're okay. And a lot of women, gentlemen, are not taught this. See, I know that guys think that women come pre-made to be in relationships. That's absolutely incorrect. I know a lot of guys think that women come, ready-made. They have the necessary skills or the knowledge to how to be in a relationship and be in one correctly. Again, that's false. One of the jobs that we have as men is we have to educate them. We have to teach them. We have to instruct them. And with that comes you showing her how to not only grow as a woman, how to deal with you, but how to go out in the world and be most effective. A lot of times guys get a bad rap for not having, much to offer. And this was one of the arguments I was having the other day on actually Lapeep Let's Talk network. It was like a show with Kay and Kayla. I uploaded it actually the other day. Believe you guys saw it. If you've seen that, appreciate it. But I was saying that men are often narrowed down to just their wallet. And one of my things and my stances on why this channel again exists is that I'm always in the business of making sure that men are respected, that men are looked at with the best viewpoint, with the most positive thoughts, and what is truly our God-given right, our abilities, our value in the world. One of these things, gentlemen, is that you are in her life, she's in your life. The exchange is to push forward. One thing I found is that most females think they're smarter than men. That's speculative. Most females think that they just, because they can read or because they can draw within the lines, they know the ABCs, they 1, 2, 3s, that they just crap on our intellect. And see, a lot of times, gentlemen, what I've learned about men, most men by and large, is most men are, highly intelligent, but highly intelligent in simplicity. And see, simplicity has a way of sometimes being overlooked, that it's not, yielding the same appreciation as quote unquote genius. But if you look at our world, if you look at all the inventions, if you look at any type of, advancements in technology, most of the things that are quote unquote genius are very simple. So why is that important? That's important, gentlemen, is because when you're dealing with the female logic, your job is to slow down all of her irrational thought processes, her irrational behavior. How you do this effectively is that you have to be willing to get in the ring. A lot of guys I notice like to allow women to talk, like to allow women to run their mouth, go through their series of complaints and so on and so forth, because in his mind, he's just trying to get to the end of the argument and thinking that by allowing her to talk and then by saying something like, okay, babe, all right, whatever you say, that's going to create a better dynamic of success. That's going to create a successful relationship, and that's going to ultimately make for a progressive relationship. I'm here to tell you, gentlemen, that's dead wrong. Why that's very problematic, why that is the worst thing you could do, for 2 reasons. 1, you give the woman the illusion that she's right. 2, in the event that this relationship ends, which it can happen, the probability of relationships breaking up is high, so it's fine. If you do not train that woman while she is under your tutelage, under your guidance in your life, you push her back into the market of other men to have to deal with. And see, that again is my problem. See, I'm one of those men that when I have the attention of a young lady, when I'm entertaining a young lady in any capacity, if I'm casually dating her, if it's, a long-term relationship, whatever it may be, I already understand that while she's here, while she's on this side, while she's, being introduced to my program, that it is my job to instruct her. Because it's not even about if the relationship works for a lifetime. It's not even about if it ends in marriage and a lifelong commitment. It's more about taking what she is and ultimately giving her more value. See, it's a service to mankind. It really is. You as a man are here on this planet to create. Some men are inventors. Some men are entertainers. Some men are contractors, so on and so forth. And some men, with all of those many things, they can have a multitude of contribution. They can be multifaceted. But the one thing that all men have to do, and I mean have to do, is they have to get in the ring and they have to be willing to stand 10 toes down and handle their business as a man. You guys know what I do on this channel. I cook, so that's what I'm doing now. And I hope that you're appreciating what I'm doing, because a lot of guys don't seem to understand this basic point. It's not about arguing with a woman. See, I'm just gonna flow. A lot of times, all of this and all of the extras and all the rah-rah and what you see the average woman display now in her behavior and her temperament. See, that is a woman that gentlemen, has gone unchecked. That is a woman that has not been trained properly. I know that. I know how to deal with it. What I want is I want to be able to give you guys tools and give you guys knowledge-based information and things to where you can start to learn how to deal with it. The brother on the video, kept it real simple. He didn't engage. He allowed her to stay in her thoughts. And I think in some cases, that may be right for the moment. But on the back end, there should have been a point, whether it was immediate or later, where he inquired. Could be something along the lines of, so earlier, you sure you was good? You seemed like you was tripping, like you was a little off. And one thing I learned, gentlemen, is when you're dealing with a woman, most women don't got no problem telling you how they feel, telling you what they think. They do this regardless of if you ask them or not. But when you want to get to the bottom of something, or you want to establish a certain type of presence in your relationship, it is your job to get in the ring and inquire. The days of you being afraid to go toe-to-toe with a woman verbally are over. Because if she doesn't learn it with you, then who's she gonna learn it with? Are you gonna pass it on to the next man? Are you gonna make her a problem for the next man? Are you gonna allow her to go out into the world with her toxic behavior and her irrational thinking and her immaturity and, bully or push or display bratty-like behavior with another man of the crew, of the culture, of the clan? No, gentlemen, no. It is your job at this pit stop that is her in your life at this moment to instruct and guide. More men need to get on their purpose. More men need to get on their hustle. More men need to get on their post and understand that on top of making the money, on top of, building a legacy, you are designed to instruct. The way men learn, I've often found this because I've spent a lot of time with females. The way men learn and digest information is definitely not the same way women learn and digest information. And why that's important, gentlemen, is because a lot of times women filter differently. They digest information differently. They receive information differently. And so they go most of the time throughout their life with false information. This is where the term delusional comes from a lot of times, because most women operate in pure and utter toxic levels of delusion. You as a man are supposed to rip off the shade. You're supposed to rip off the cotton candy colored glasses and the euphoric viewpoint in life. You are supposed to bring her down to earth, supposed to plant her feet flush on this solid ground and have her deal with her own emotions, have her deal with her own logic, and have her even grow past her nonsense and sometimes stupidity. That's your job. In order to do this, gentlemen, that requires you to be a man who's not afraid, who's assertive, who is certain in his viewpoint and his thoughts, and not be afraid to get again in the ring and exchange those blows. And sometimes it's not to knock her out. Sometimes it's not to go for the right cross or the left hook or the uppercut. Sometimes it's the tip tap, the 1-2. Sometimes you need to just jab at it. Sometimes you need to verbally punch her in the face to have her think. You need to ask questions to have her think. You need to spin the logic around and have her explain to you how that makes sense. I want to see that more in the coming year and years to come for the young men that are developing, for the middle-aged men that are developing, and for men, across the board. Because the only reason why we're seeing the behavior as we're seeing it, gentlemen, the only reason why we're seeing the nonsense and the visceral, verbiage that females are utilizing, as well as the logic that they're allowed to practice, is because not enough men are addressing the issue. So that is what I wanted to talk about today. That is what I wanted to leave with you guys. I am 1 subscriber away from 300 subs. I appreciate the growth. I appreciate all of those who are joining the channel. You made a good choice. You made a good decision. I'm going to continue to bring this content. My goal is to hit 1,000 subs by February 1st. I cannot do that without you guys. So I'm asking for you guys to go ahead and hit the like button, share the content, and if you feel it necessary, go ahead and subscribe. I so appreciate it. I'm going to continue to bring this content to you. I'm going to continue to come over here and cook and serve up these meals because that's what I do on this channel. So thank you for hanging out with me tonight. This is Daniel Rucker with True Table. Until next time, you guys be easy.